When a project inquiry comes in, there's a strong temptation to quickly jump on the phone and get down to business, especially if you're hurting for work. On the other hand, if you're busy and overwhelmed, you may be tempted to shoot over a brief ballpark price to see if this prospect is worth your time. Both scenarios are missteps. There's no way to know enough about this lead from the initial outreach. And it's not because you didn't include enough questions on your inquiry form. The inquiry form is meant to be a low barrier to entry so you can then move them on to a more detailed screening step. If the prospect doesn't fill out the detailed screening questions described in this lesson, you still have their contact information to follow up with them. That's the beauty of the simplified inquiry form. The next step after the inquiry form is a project questionnaire. Through this detailed screening form, you'll gather the information for your proposal while also evaluating how much the business owner is prepared to move forward. In addition, you'll also discover if you're the right fit for the project. After they fill out the inquiry form and it seems like they're asking for something you provide, a simple email such as, "Hey, thanks for reaching out. I'm excited to learn more about your project. Before we begin on cost and time for completion, I have all potential clients fill out this project questionnaire form. This will give us both an idea if I'm the right fit for your project. Please fill out as much as you can with all decision makers on the project. We can discuss further on a call after it's complete." Provide them with a link to your questionnaire. The ball is now in their court. Leads that fill out every question of the form are well prepared for the proposal. Leads that struggle may not need a proposal, but time to sort some things out on their end. Or contract with you for a discovery session so you can help them get prepared for the project. Now, let's break down the questionnaire sections. Know that there's plenty of wiggle room for you to adjust this form based on the types of projects you do and questions you need for your proposals. These are just the sections that will feed well into your proposal as well as questions that will pull out any red flags. The first section is their own details, a repeat from the inquiry form so you can better match this form to initial inquiry. Name, business, email, website, and their location. In fact, if the original outreach wasn't the decision maker, you may get a different contact there, the right one. Next is a section about their business. This one should be easy for them. The lead should know why they're coming to you and how their request will improve their business. There's always a larger goal than just creating a website, and that should come out here. The decision maker needs to be able to describe their business, the products or services they sell, what they're looking to do, and if it's a redesign, why their current site is no longer meeting their needs. The following two sections after the business overview can be a challenge for leads who are not prepared: target audience and competitors. This is a section that can take the lead some time to figure out, and it may delay them submitting the form. If you make these fields optional, you may get the form back faster. However, you will be missing some vital information that will help your proposal. The lead needs to see you as someone who cares about the project, reaching its goal, which includes understanding who will use this site and how will it be better than the competitors. To understand the target audience's buying decisions, what attracts them to the website, and what keywords the audience uses allows you to better know what features need to be on the website to reach your lead's ideal customer. The competitors section allows you to gather information to research what other websites in the space have on their site, as well as understanding what the leads likes or dislikes on their competitors' websites. Now comes the section of the form that will determine the path moving forward, the details for the new project. By now, they should have mentioned what they wanted in the business details section. With this section, you want to know what markers of success the lead is looking for: more visitors, a faster website, a more beautiful design, or more functionality. Then you need to address practical matters like the target launch date, where the current site is located, and if they have access to important accounts. This section is critical as to how you'll scope the work and flag potential issues later. Then, for helping with understanding the complexity of design, you need to ask for their 3 favorite websites and why they like them. Last but certainly not least is the budget question. Now, if you've had this on your inquiry form, you may have a good idea of the range. This section is a chance to get a more honest answer after they filled out more details of their project. The benefit of putting this question at the end is that you've made them think about all that is involved in their project and what success looks like. The questions before the budget question really showcase how much work is involved to get them to their goal. This will help you receive a more accurate answer. It's also helpful to add in the section where they're free to add anything. Depending on the project, you may not have prompted a critical factor for them, and they can share that in that space. When you receive this form, The best next step is to set up a call to review these answers with them to round out information for your proposal. By not setting up a call initially, you've required this hoop for them to take time and think through their project as well as their budget. Even better, you also have written answers that you can copy and paste into a proposal quite easily, which you'll see in a future lesson. You may be thinking, what if you get one-word answers and the phrase, "I don't know" a lot? You have two options. If you like the idea of the project, and you may still want to work with them, it may not be a deal breaker, but the request isn't well defined. They're just not prepared to get started with design or development. It doesn't mean they can't work with you on getting ready for design and development. In this situation, you can offer to help them get prepared. Take the questions from the form and turn them into a paid discovery session where you do the research for them. You can budget in a longer call with some research on your end and ask more questions to help them define what they need. If getting to the next level is important to them, they won't mind paying an expert to help them explore what that looks like. On the other hand, if the lead isn't someone ready for the project and answers poorly on the form, this can be a red flag. You may have to reply that you're not the right fit for their project. Budget also helps in this decision, as most people who don't fully fill out the form will not have the budget to support the request. You can also reply thanking them for filling out the form, but the project's needs don't match their budget. If the form is filled out well, and it seems like a decent project, but the budget isn't there, this allows you to mention it in an email before jumping on a call. You can write something like, "Thank you for filling out the form. I would love to jump on a call to discuss further, however, the budget isn't in the range for this type of project. Is there flexibility there? I want to make sure I don't waste your time with a call if this isn't the right fit because the budget doesn't support the project details." The screening process works when it's focused on being helpful. The relationship at this point is purely transactional. They want something, and you have the skills and resources to help them with their needs. If the exchange isn't fair for both parties, then it's not a good fit. You shouldn't take this personally, and neither should they. This is the perfect point in the process for you to part ways with someone who doesn't understand what is required to accomplish this project and the budget to get there.